What's up, everybody? It's LeBron James here. Can't wait to get to Angola. I gotta get there to support my team, man. Team Alula in the E1 World Championship, September 12th and 13th. You know we bring it in first place. We're gonna have an unbelievable time. It's gonna be a great experience, great fun, and coming for gold, baby. Let's go.
How Angola pulled it off. 5 chapters on the Angola LeBron James should discover. Africa Headlines, How Angola Pulled It Off. Part of the LIKE Angola Economic Roadshow tells the story of a country too often viewed only through the lenses of oil and war. Through history, culture, sport, and economic transformation, the series examines how Angola secured peace, rebuilt its foundations, and is now seeking to turn production into broadly shared prosperity. When LeBron James arrives in Luanda for the E1 Luanda Grand Prix, scheduled for September 12th to 13th, 2026, Angola should not simply show him its illuminated waterfront, new buildings, or the hospitality it so naturally extends to visitors. It should show him something rarer. The journey of a people who, in barely half a century, have lived through colonialism, a liberation struggle, the Cold War, nearly 3 decades of internal conflict, reconstruction, and a demanding economic transition, and who, even in the hardest of times, found in basketball a language of victory. LeBron has already encountered Angola on the basketball court. He faced the national team at the 2004 Athens Olympics and again in Beijing in 2008. But knowing a team is not the same as knowing the country that produced it. His visit should therefore be more than a celebrity stopover in Luanda. It should become a meeting between 2 stories of perseverance. That of the boy from Akron who became one of the greatest athletes of all time, and that of an African nation still learning how to turn resilience into prosperity. 1. Freedom, a country born at the heart of the Cold War.
Can't wait to get to Angola. I gotta get there to support my team, man.
LeBron James was born in 1984. By then, Angola had been independent for 9 years, but it was still fighting to make good on the promise of independence proclaimed on November 11, 1975. This is the first Angola we should show him. A country that did not receive freedom as a gift, but won it after centuries of colonial rule and a long war of national liberation. Independence came at one of the most volatile moments of the Cold War. Angolan territory became a battleground for foreign interests and interventions, while domestic movements fought for power and global powers treated the country as a strategic piece on the international chessboard. That history cannot be reduced to a simple tale of winners and losers. It is better understood through a fundamental question. How did a newly created state, desperately short of skilled personnel and infrastructure, survive the combined pressures of decolonization, internal rivalry, and global power politics? Angola survived because the idea of nationhood proved stronger than its divisions. The flag, raised in 1975, did not end the war, but it established an irreversible principle. Angolans would henceforth determine Angola's future. We should take our visitor to the National Museum of Military History, the Fortress of São Miguel, the National Slavery Museum, and the landmarks of the liberation struggle, not as ceremonial backdrops, but as open pages in an African history that is also part of world history. 2. From war to peace, the greatest victory was to stop fighting. After independence, Angola endured a conflict that lasted 27 years. For millions of families, war was not a political abstraction. It meant displacement, separation, bereavement, landmines, interrupted schooling, abandoned farmland, and opportunities deferred. The peace secured in 2002 is therefore one of the greatest collective achievements in our history. Not because it erased disagreement, but because it made it possible to manage differences without gunfire. In 2026, Angola marks 24 years of peace, nearly as long as the post-independence war itself. An entire generation has now grown up without experiencing nationwide armed conflict. That is an extraordinary achievement, and one we too often fail to acknowledge. LeBron should be introduced to the human meaning of that achievement. He should hear from former combatants, women who kept entire families moving, farmers who returned to their land, teachers who held classes in impossible conditions, and young people who inherited memories of a war they never witnessed. Peace was not merely an agreement between political leaders. It was a daily decision made by millions of Angolans to return, rebuild, study, work, forgive where possible, and begin again, always. Celebrating peace also means safeguarding it. Lasting peace requires credible institutions, civic participation, justice, opportunities for young people, and respect for pluralism. The finest monument to peace is not merely a statue. It is a child who finds education, healthcare, and a future where his or her parents once found fear. 3. The gray years and the orange ball, when basketball taught us how to win. The end of the war did not bring instant prosperity. The country inherited a punishing bill, destroyed infrastructure, deep regional inequalities, population displacement, poverty, oil dependence, and public services unable to keep pace with rapid demographic growth. Angola experienced a powerful cycle of reconstruction and economic expansion, but also inequality, waste, corruption, inflation, unemployment, and repeated crises driven by oil prices. Between 2016 and 2020, the economy lost about 10.4% of its real output. In 2025, real income per person remained roughly 24% below its 2014 level. This is the gray chapter we should not airbrush. Showing Angola to the world cannot mean hiding Angola from Angolans. A country earns respect when it can present its achievements while acknowledging how much remains to be done. Yet throughout the war and the difficult post-war years, an orange ball kept bouncing.
And Team Alula in the E1 World Championship, September 12th and 13th.
Angola made its African Championship debut in 1980, just 5 years after independence. It won its first continental men's title in 1989. Further triumphs followed in 1992, 1993, 1995, 1999, 2001, 2003, 2005, 2007, 2009, and 2013. Then, in 2025, before a capacity crowd at Kalamba Arena, Angola defeated Mali 70-43, completed an unbeaten campaign, and lifted its 12th trophy, more than any other African men's national team. That is 12 titles in 22 appearances, alongside 4 silver medals and 2 bronze. Angola also made 5 consecutive Olympic appearances, from 1992 to 2008. In Beijing, Carlos Moraes scored 24 points against a United States side featuring Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. Angola lost the game, but never surrendered its competitive identity. This is what LeBron should see. Packed arenas, neighborhood courts, the rivalry between Petro de Luanda and Primero de Agosto, the legacy of Jean-Jacques da Conceição, Victorino Cunha, Aníbal Moreira, Miguel Lutonda, and Carlos Moraes. And the new generation, led by Childe Dundom and Bruno Fernando. He should understand that, for Angola, basketball is not imported entertainment. It is part of the national heritage, an expression of collective discipline, and one of the clearest demonstrations that we know how to compete, organize, and win. Four, Angola, in transition, producing our way to prosperity. The Angola we want to show the world does not live on memory alone. It is attempting to reshape its economic foundations, to move away from importing almost everything with oil revenues and towards producing, processing, and exporting more. Produce to prosper must become more than a slogan. It must become an economic and social compact. Angola has arable land, water, sunlight, minerals, an extensive Atlantic coastline, and a strategic position between Central and Southern Africa. It also possesses the most decisive resource of all, a young population. But potential is not production, and production does not automatically create prosperity. Small farmers must be connected to roads, roads to markets, markets to credit, credit to industry, and industry to consumers. The country must train its people, deliver reliable energy, simplify regulation, fight corruption, protect competition, and reward those who create value and jobs. There are signs of momentum in agriculture, fisheries, commerce, mining, manufacturing, and digital services. New infrastructure and transport corridors can connect the interior to the ports in Angola to regional markets. But the transition will only be real when it produces higher household incomes, decent jobs, and opportunities beyond Luanda. Here too, sport offers a lesson. No team wins on star power alone. It needs an academy, a bench, a coach, a system, statistics, and continuity. An economy works in much the same way. Oil may be the leading scorer, but it cannot carry the entire team. Agriculture, manufacturing, tourism, technology, culture, and logistics all need to get into the game.
You know we bring it in first place. We're going to have an unbelievable time. It's going to be a great experience, great fun.
LeBron's visit, linked to an electric powerboat championship, offers an opportunity to present an Angola connected to innovation, the blue economy, tourism, and emerging technologies. But an international image has lasting power only when it reflects the daily experience of citizens. The challenge is not simply to persuade the world to look at Angola. It is to build an Angola in which Angolans can see themselves. 5. How Angola Pulled It Off. The journey in numbers. How did Angola make it this far? Numbers never tell the whole story, but they help measure both the distance traveled and the scale of the work ahead. November 11th, 1975, independence proclaimed. 27 years, the length of the armed conflict that followed independence. April 4th, 2002, the beginning of effective peace and national reconciliation. 24 years of peace in 2026. A generation raised beyond the reach of war. 36,604,681 people. Angola's population in the 2024 census, up from 25,789,024 in 2014, an increase of more than 10.8 million in a decade. 65.5%, the share of the population now living in urban areas. 12 African championships, a record in continental men's basketball, 5 consecutive Olympic Games, from Barcelona 1992 to Beijing 2008. 12,700 seats filled, a capacity crowd at Calamba Arena during Angola's final run at Afrobasket 2025, 70-43. The score in the 2025 final against Mali. 6 wins, no defeats, Angola's record on its return to the summit of African basketball. 4.4%. Real economic growth in 2024, the strongest performance in a decade. 3.1%. Growth recorded in 2025, a reminder that the country's progress remains vulnerable to oil, about 95%. Oil's continuing share of goods exports, proof that diversification is not a choice, but an urgent necessity. Together, these numbers form an unfinished scoreboard. They describe a country that was born, endured, made peace, rebuilt, and led Africa in basketball. But they also reveal a rapidly growing population, an economy that remains dependent, and prosperity that has yet to reach everyone.
Coming for gold, baby. Let's go.
Not a showcase, but a nation. When LeBron James looks out across Luanda Bay, we should invite him to look beyond it, towards the Angola of ancient kingdoms and resistance to the slave trade, of anti-colonial struggle and independence, of war transformed into peace, of neighborhood courts transformed into African titles, and of street vendors, farmers, fishermen, students, engineers, artists, and young entrepreneurs working every day to turn survival into a future. We do not need to present him with a perfect country. We need to present him with a truthful one. How Angola Pulled It Off is neither a finished story nor a public relations slogan. It is the provisional answer of a people who learned how to play under pressure. We won sovereignty. We preserved national unity. We secured peace. We dominated African basketball. We rebuilt cities and connections. Now we must win the hardest game of all, turning production into shared prosperity. If LeBron leaves Luanda understanding that he will not merely have visited Angola, he will have discovered the Angola few outsiders know, a nation whose greatest achievement lies not only in what it has built, but in everything it has survived and the future it still insists on creating.